from a gloomy, rainy Friday. Not mad about it. I love the rain. Little update. I messaged the service desk, like the help desk at my work, because I think I decided to go back to work about a week early. They gave me 6 weeks off, and I'm very fortunate to have been on short-term disability. That's been such a huge support. I definitely feel ready to go back to work. A lot of it, I'm just like on the phone and typing, so having this time off has been so good for me, not just physically, but mentally. I've definitely suffered from some body dysmorphia, having the left side be totally flat and the right side is, being pumped to be bigger and look like a breast. So I've definitely just struggled with that a bit, but I'm getting more and more used to it. And again, I just have to keep in mind that this is a marathon, not a sprint. I'll get there eventually. They'll be the same eventually. I'll get the implants in at the same time. So yeah, that's the latest update with work. But I'm just excited to feel like a human again and have somewhere to be and something to do in the mornings. My husband's like, "Why do you want to go back to work? Take advantage of this time and relax." And I'm like, I have been, I've been kind of bored. So I feel ready.
Looking through an hourglass, the changes of the river pass. How long does the present last? The future now will soon be
Okay, hair and makeup are done. Now we can't forget about the most important accessory. So yeah, they're going to put saline. They're going to take out all the air from the right side and replace it with saline. So yeah, and this prosthetic is from Carol's mastectomy shop in Salt Lake City. I'm running late, so let's go. Snowing. Let's go meet with the plastic surgeon. I haven't seen him since the morning of my mastectomy. So that was a lot to take in. I think I'll sign off for tonight, and I'll probably debrief everything that was discussed today tomorrow after I kind of get to think about everything, take everything in. It was a lot of information, a lot of helpful information, but difficult news that I knew was coming. But at least I'm relieved to have kind of a plan in place. So I'll talk about it more tomorrow, but that's good night for now. Hi, it's the next morning, and I just wanted to give a quick update on what happened yesterday. I met with the plastic surgeon, and we discussed the plan for the left side for putting the tissue expander in. I'll get into it in a second, but there's a few factors that go into this as well. And it was just so great catching up with him. He said that the scars are looking great, they're healing really well, and he really likes the way that the right tissue expander and expansion looks. He'll do his very, very best to match the left side. They also replaced the air with saline. So they removed all the air with that pump thing. They were squeezing it out, and then
they switched to saline. And I think they put in about 200 or 250 cc's yesterday. And then I met up with Brad to meet with my oncologist. This was probably one of the hardest appointments I've been through to date. I do have to be on tamoxifen for at least 5 years. I was kind of prepared for this news, and I'm glad that the oncologist went through a lot with me. We went through how we just got married a few months ago and wanted to start a family, and so she mentioned I should meet with reproductive endocrinology as soon as possible. So they're going to call me today to schedule an appointment with reproductive endocrinology to stimulate the ovaries to release more eggs and harvest them and freeze them. So she recommended freezing them at 34, 35, and then I have to be on tamoxifen for 18 months. And then you have to be off of it for a certain amount of time to get it out of your system before you can conceive. So we'll decide if we're going to do, in vitro so that it's maybe just as successful and quick as possible, rather than trying naturally. I mean, we'll try everything, but I think the fastest, most efficient way to get pregnant with 34 or 35-year-old eggs. I hope things go well. I'm not sad because I'm happy that I have the option of going off of it, whereas she said years ago, they said, no, you can't have kids. If you have breast cancer and you have to be on tamoxifen, you can't have kids. And now she said that things are better, things are different, but this was hard news. But I'm also just so grateful that science is where it is today. Again, I have to stay positive through this and at least, look on the bright side as much as I possibly can to get myself through this. And I think the only way to get through this and stay with my mental health is to try to stay positive. Like last night, I could not record this because I was too emotional. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. Let me say that twice. It's okay to reach out for help. It's okay. I'm probably going to start therapy. It's just probably what I need to get through this and stay positive. I'm fairly healthy besides this breast cancer situation. So I have that to be thankful for. I have my job to be thankful for, which I go back today. So I got to wrap this up. But yeah, I'm glad I had that time last night to kind of process things, trying to stay positive. 18 months and then baby. We'll see. I can only hope for the best and take care of my body, take care of myself, and take it one day at a time. And so, with that, I need to get ready for work. I'm excited to see my boss. I adore her. Let's make some tea and put my shoes on and get my laptop ready. And oh my gosh, what even is work? I've been off for 5 weeks? It'll be good to be back. Anyways, I'll shut up. I gotta get to work.
So sweet. Oh my goodness. And then they also left a Minky Couture. Oh my gosh, Georgia's gonna love this. So sweet.
Where did the time go? How do we move so far away? Holding on, how much can we both take when love is an echo? I can't hear what you're saying when love is an echo. I can't hear what you're saying.
Hello again. Quick update. Yesterday, I was on the phone pretty much all the first half of the day talking to reproductive endocrinologist clinics. The first one was at 8 a.m. and the second one was at 10:30. I checked to make sure that both were in network before meeting with them. Yeah, so the first one was at 8, and I didn't really get good vibes from that doctor. He had to, like, for example, he had to Google something while I was on the phone with him, and it was important. It was like how many days I needed to be off tamoxifen before the transfer of the embryo. So like how long to get it out of my system. So he like, hey Siri, it gave him the answer, and it was from Wikipedia. And so I'm just like, okay. But the second one, she really asked a lot of questions. She asked questions that the first clinic did not ask. But the thing I liked about this doctor, the second doctor, was that she really explained everything in detail. Like I got a lesson on everything she was talking about with in vitro, with just freezing your eggs versus freezing embryos. And then like how many days after they fertilize the embryo are you seeing this? And you can do genetic testing and how they do that. And it was just also mind-blowing what they can do. So I'm meeting with them today, and they were so great. They're like texting me, calling me. I got a call from the pharmacy to get the medicine I need to be on this next coming week. Like they were fast. And I just really got good vibes from them. And again, she was like, I know this is a lot of information, but I just feel like it's really important to educate you as to what you're going to be doing to your body and what you're getting yourself into. So we're going to the clinic today. Brad and I are both doing blood work. I'm doing an ultrasound, but I think the ultrasound is to look at my ovaries to see how many follicles are in there that they could take. Like basically, I'll walk out of there today knowing if I have a lot of eggs, a medium amount, or like a very little amount of eggs. I think that's what she said. I'll walk out the door knowing today. Yeah, this is all just moving so fast. And one thing that the doctor said that really made me just feel like, oh my gosh, this is really happening, was she's like, we're gonna take care of you. We're gonna freeze your family. Your family's gonna be the freezer. She's like, oh my god, that's a really funny way of thinking about it, but I was like, oh, this is real, because they really want me to have my like 34, almost 35-year-old eggs for when I try to conceive or do the transfer. And then when I'm on tamoxifen for 3 more years after hopefully getting pregnant, I can try for a second baby at age 40. I'm so excited. So I should probably get going. So let's go. Oh my gosh, they took so much blood. I hate needles, but I had her talk to me a lot to distract me, but yeah. Okay, I wanted to update you about the whirlwind of a day that was yesterday. Today's Sunday, so yesterday, Saturday, we went into the clinic. We both got our blood drawn. Then we go into a room to do the ultrasound. The doctor that I had the consultation with, adore her, she was the one doing my ultrasound and everything. So she was making sure my ovaries looked good, but the main thing was she was going to count how many eggs that she could count, and that's like how many that they're going to try to extract or stimulate to hopefully extract. So she counted about 67, I think, total, both sides together. And she said that's a great number for a 34, almost 35-year-old. So I was like, yay. They're like, okay, we're going to start you on these stimulant injections. And I was like, huh? Injections? 3 times a day? So I just want to give a trigger warning on this. This is a really hard topic for a lot of women. This is something that a lot of women have gone through. So I just wanted to give a quick trigger warning.
If you don't want to hear about this, please skip this, because it can be very emotionally, physically, mentally triggering for a lot of people. So I won't go too much into depth about it, but I do want to share my story and what I'm going through for anyone who may go through this in the future, who may find this helpful, just to share my journey. And again, you're not alone. I'm not alone in this. But yeah, please be forewarned. I don't want to cause anyone pain or trigger any PTSD for anybody. That is the last thing I want to do with sharing my story of what I'm going through. So I started last night. They sent me home with 3 injections and then 3 vitamins. They gave me 2 days worth, so Saturday and Sunday. So we started last night, and the first injection went well. Brad's actually doing them for me. So far I can't do them myself. I'm like, no. So the first one went well. The second one we struggled with. First thing that happened was Brad was trying to just take the lid off of the needle, and I was like, just yank it like she does in the instruction video. He's like, I can't, it's stuck. So he yanks it off and like retracts, and he stabs himself in the finger. We were like, oh my God. So that was the first issue. And then we, tip it, try to suck up the liquid out of the little bottle. He was struggling to get it out. I was like, let me try. So I try, and it's like, we're trying to squeeze it into the syringe, and it just falls everywhere. All the liquid. We're just like, oh my God, what do we do? So we decided to just discard that. Most of it spilled on my countertop. So we decided to just use the second day's dose, hoping that I could get another one. So the second try went just fine. So this morning I called the clinic, and I'm like, hey, we really screwed up our dosage of whatever it's called. Can we get another one? I told her what happened. She's like, oh no. She was an on-call nurse. She said, let me call around. I don't live that close to the office. Let me call you right back. So she calls me back, and there's another nurse who I actually saw yesterday. She's the one who walked us through the medications. They said that she would meet me at the clinic. Can you be there in 15 minutes? I was like, yes. What a mess. I felt so bad to bother her. The dosages today went well. No mistakes, no errors, no wasted dosages. Yeah, again, I just have to give myself some grace and give myself a pat on the back, because I'm putting my body through so much. My body is going through the ringer right now, from the mastectomy to stimulating my ovaries and the extraction, and then another surgery in 6 weeks, and then tamoxifen. So have to give myself a pat on the back every once in a while. I'm gonna sign off, but I have to go back to the clinic tomorrow to do another ultrasound and blood work again to see if they need to change the dosage at all. And I'll probably take you along for that as well. Okay, good night. And we're back. Okay, just did my vitals. Gonna do one more ultrasound and more blood work. All done. The receptionist handed me a cute flower on my way out. That was so sweet. So today for my ultrasound, I had a nurse practitioner, a different woman, do that, and she was super sweet. I'm so glad I chose this place over the other one. The doctor, she was telling me on Saturday when I first came in, you're gonna see other nurse practitioners you're gonna talk to, and she gave me all their names, how long they've been doing this. And she's like, no matter what, whoever sees you, I am always looking over your charts. I am the one owning your experience here. I am the one taking care of your situation and your dosages and everything. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes me feel better too, that no matter who's doing my ultrasound for me, no matter who is putting numbers in my chart, she's always the one looking over everything and making decisions for me. But yeah, I'm just so glad that I chose this place. The nurse today, she was counting all the follicles, and she was like, holy cow, you have a lot. And so she's like, you know, we're gonna try to take as many as we can. You have a lot to work with, so I'm feeling good about it. And they'll call me later tonight if they want me to change my dosage at all. Today's a holiday, so I think I'm just gonna go grab coffee and go back home and maybe clean the house a bit. I'll catch you later. Okay, checking in. Today marks 1 week of my IVF stimulation, so it's been going really well. It's about the time where you come in every day. So 1 week in, today the biggest one was 26 millimeters, I believe. She said that they're growing like 2 millimeters a day, and boy, oh boy, do I feel my ovaries right now. I can feel them every step I take. Definitely feel bloated. But it almost just feels like I have really bad side aches, like after I run or something. And so I'm like, is that normal? Is this normal? They're like, how are the injections going? So those are going well. My fear of needles is going away a little bit. Still hate them. Still hate getting my blood drawn. It's also just so wild to see like the follicles on the ultrasound on the TV screen in front of me. Like, our babies are in there. It's wild. But yeah, I'm so excited. Things are going well, and I'll probably have to come back tomorrow. So yeah, just wanted to fill you in after a week of injections and going in for ultrasound and blood work every other day. Now it's every day. So glad that I have a plan. Yes, it's different than I ever imagined in my life, but I'm, you know, this is the situation at hand, and I'm grateful for all the doctors and all the help I'm receiving, and for my husband and family, friends and family, for their support. Tonight I have a birthday party for my uncle. So it's probably going to be like a dance party type situation, and I will probably just be sitting on my butt. Oh my gosh, so the clinic just called me and I haven't even left their parking lot yet. I've just been yapping. But they said, so today's Saturday, they want me to come in on Monday to do another blood draw and ultrasound, to potentially do the trigger on Monday night, to do the egg retrieval on Wednesday. So I'm so excited, and I'll keep you updated on what I hear.